Let's do an assortment of different factoring. The first problem in here actually has a factor in common in all of the terms, and that is x. And what's the lowest exponent for x in here? 1. So divide each term by x and factor x out. And so what do you have? X cubed divided by x is just x squared. 4x squared divided by x is minus 4x. And the last one is just minus 21. Now I have a linear factor x and another factor that is quadratic. The quadratic factor, if it has real solutions, you have to factor further. Otherwise, if it's complex, you can stop unless specified that you have to factor into complex linear factors. And so in here, I'm going to go try to factor this, and we just learned this method that I can write it as x minus x plus a and x plus b. And so let's say what a and b the options are. So a can be, let's see here, negative 21. It could be negative 21 and 1, or positive 21 and negative 1, or it could be negative 3 and 7, or 3 and negative 7. Let's see which one of these rows add up to negative 4, which is supposed to be the sum. First one adds up to negative 20, not good. The second one to 20, not good. The third one adds up to 4, not good. The last one, negative 4. So the last factor, let's write x down, then the big parentheses has to be factored. And so that becomes x plus 3 and x minus 7. Now let's go to the next one. So with this one, I can tell that there is a common factor, and it's two different powers. One to power 2, the other one to power 4. Which one's the smallest? To power 2. So I can factor 2x minus 3 to power 2, and then what is left, divide the first one by 2x minus 3 to power 2, and the exponent simplify to 2x minus 3 to power 2, and the second one is just going to be 1. Now, can I factor this any further? I want to remind you, this awfully looks like difference of 2 cubes. So what are those two things that are, difference of 2 squares. And what are those two things? A should be 2x minus 3, b is 1. And then I will have this 2x minus 3 to power 2 times a minus b times a plus b. Now replace the a and b, and you get 2x minus 3 minus 1, 2x minus 3 plus 1, 2x minus 3 to power 2, 2x minus 4 times 2x minus 2. You can factor numbers out of this. I mean, a 2 out of here and another 2 over here. But as far as the factoring of the, as far as getting to a linear factor, you're done, basically. And any further than that is just going to be 2 times x minus 2 here and 2 times x minus 1 over there. Now let's do another one. Here and in every term. But I can see there's sort of a pattern if I group them. So I'm grouping this, and I see that if I factor an x cubed here, I end up with x minus 5. If I factor a negative sign, I end up at x minus 5. And so I factor out x minus 5, And what I get from the first one is x cubed, and here I get -1. Now, again, this looks difference of cubes this time. And I know that difference of cubes is going to be, oh wait, a is x, b equal to 1. It's going to be x minus 1, x cubed plus, oops, sorry. It's going to be x minus 5 times a minus 1 and minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. Now let's put all of them back in. A is x minus 1, x squared plus x plus 1. And you cannot go any further than this because basically this is the quadratic factor of difference of cubes, and those are not, those only have complex solutions, and in this section we don't need to factor them further. Now let's look at this one. This also looks awfully like something we know, and oh, sorry, I copied it wrong. It's supposed to be x cubed. So this looks like something I know, and that is basically a cubed plus b cubed, or sum of the cubes. And now a being 3x plus 5 and b being 3. So this factors, again, a and b, and the linear factor matches the same sign. And then you replace it back, 3x plus 5 plus 3, then 3x plus 5 to power 2 minus 3 times 3x plus 5 plus 9. You can clean this up, but this is not going to factor any further, or you can, sometimes people keep it even that way, and that's fine also. So 3x plus 8, and then this part is going to be a polynomial expansion, so it's 9x squared, that's the first term to power 2, plus 2 times the first term times the second term, that's 2 times 3 times 5 is 30x, and then the last term to power 2, 25. Here I have to, that's a binomial. Then the next one is negative 9x minus 15 plus 9, and you end up with 9x squared. Put the like terms together. 30x minus 9x is going to be plus 21x, and 25 plus 9, 25 minus 15 is going to be 10, plus 9 is 19, and that's your final answer.